It's been an absolutely crazy week for me and my channel. Tons of stuff going on, and there's a lot to sort of talk about. But what I always say is I keep the sneakers front and center. So we're going to talk about the sneaker first, and then we'll get to the other stuff later. If you're interested in anything about the butter movement, I'm going to stick it at the end of all of my videos. I'm not going to take up time away from the sneaker itself. We'll do the sneaker stuff first. If you're interested only in that butter movement stuff, you'll find out at the end of the video. There's a couple of minutes in there where I'll talk about butter movement stuff, what's happening with shoe butter, and our plans for bringing more shoe butter content to my channel. But like I said, we keep the focus on the sneakers, and the sneakers that we're focusing on this week are the Nike Air Force One. This is a Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel. Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel des. Mainichi Absuru no de Mainichi Mite Kudasai. And every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today's no different. The video itself will be all about these Nike Air Force One LAs, but the extra bit will come at the end when we talk about the butter movement at the end of the video. And if that's where your focus is, if that's what you're interested in, what's shoe butter doing, how's that going to affect Tokyo Butter, then jump to the end of the video and find out what's going on with that. And I'll always put that butter movement picture behind me so that you know it's the butter movement I'm talking about, and you can find it easily on the video. Right, back to these sneakers, Air Force Ones, LAs, really interesting sneaker. Question for you guys out there. I think there's only one place on the two sneakers where there's a similarity, where something's the same between the two sneakers. I might be wrong. Tell me in the comments if you disagree with me and if you can find a place where the left sneaker and the right sneaker match. But I think there's only one place, and we'll talk about that today. But first, this is a YouTube channel, and YouTube channels need subscribers, so please do hit that subscribe button down below, or ding, hit that little Toroku. Here it says in Japanese Toroku, which means to subscribe, and then a little window will pop up and you can subscribe there too. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I always say at the start of my videos, Toroku yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Toroku suru to tasakaru node onegaishimasu. 最近シューバットという方が戻ってきて、登録がすごい増えた。感謝します。登録をしてくれると助かるので、ぜひ登録よろしくお願いします。Okay, now let's have a look at these sneakers. I'll go straight for answering my own question, and that was on these sneakers, where's the point between the left and the right sneaker where they have a similarity or something the same? Now, the only place that I've been able to find that similarity is on the toe box panel or underlay. Not the overlay, okay, the underlay. So if you look at, I'm sure I've got a picture behind me somewhere here. And speaking of behind me, I'm not in my usual place, and I'm not sure how the green screen is going to hold up because I don't have the frame for the green screen. I've actually pinned the green screen to the wall, so I don't know how that's going to hold up. Apologies if the quality of the image back here isn't good enough. But, you know, I'll be back in my usual place next week. So for 1 week only, please, a bit of patience when it comes to the green screen back here. Yeah, the one place is that toe box. You can see that they both have, on the left and the right sneakers, they have a white underlay or inlay or panel or whatever you want to call it on the toe box, which is in contrast to the overlay that goes around the toe box, which is a sort of blue color on one and a red on the other. So already there you can see that the two sneakers are different. But I just couldn't find anywhere else on these sneakers where the colors matched. I mean, of course, the design matches. It reminds me of, was it a cactus plant flea market blazer where even the materials in the left and the right sneakers were different? Of course, the materials are the same, and the structure, the physical structure of the left and the right sneakers is the same. It's the colors that we're interested in that are different. For example, if we go back and take a look at the swooshes, I think on all four sides are different. And you can look on one side, on the left side, the lateral side of the left sneaker, and you see the swooshes is sort of, two-tone color of light brown and a darker brown. But then when you go to one of the other swooshes, I don't know which one I'll choose, but it's a solid brown color, for example. And so the swooshes are different. Even the lacing system, the lace stay around the laces itself in different colors. One feature that's the same and which is new and unique on Air Force Ones is they usually don't have a little swoosh round about the quarter line, which is the point between the toe box and the midfoot. That's called the quarter line in there. And there's a little swoosh to complement the bigger swooshes that come further back in the sneaker. That's a small detail that's the same on the left and the right sneakers, but I can't remember off the top of my head whether it's the same color or not. So maybe that's a place where the color does match. I'll have to check it out. A place where the color doesn't match is on the tongues up there with the tongue tag. You have two different color tongue tags up on the top there. And one of my favorite places where the colors don't match is in the midsole / outsole. The outsole on the right shoe is this white, icy, translucent, probably not, maybe not white, blue is probably a better description. An icy blue, translucent color on the right outsole, and on the left outsole, it's a solid sort of black color. What they both have on them is a sprinkling of around in the midfoot section, not midfoot, the midsole section. They have a sprinkling, a sort of spattering of color, but even that's a different color on the left foot and the right foot. So it's a really incredible piece of, it's almost an incredible piece of engineering that they've got these sneakers with completely different sort of colors and patterning and styling and blocking between the left and the right sneakers. And I always appreciate that. I say this on my channel a lot. I always appreciate that because it means the company and the designer took the time to care about the design of the shoe, and they weren't thinking too much about how much it would cost to make. Obviously it costs more to make mismatched shoes, or in the case of these, like completely different shoes for the left and the right feet. But in design terms, that looks good, so they went for it even though it would cost them more, and I always appreciate that. So Nike and whoever designed this sneaker, thank you very much for doing that. A couple more things in there as well to look at on the lateral side, round about the kind of heel area. You've got Los Angeles written on there because these are the LAs. And then if you go on the inside to the insole as well, it's the same kind of branding on there, where you've got Los Angeles written on the inside of the sneaker as well. All in all, I think they're kind of a cool looking sneaker. When I first looked at them, I was kind of like, you know, that's a bit too much going on there. And sometimes I think some sneakers, recently especially, they've had a little bit too much going on there. And I don't really like to criticize anything Japanese, as this is my host nation, where I am right now in Tokyo, Japan. But I'm not a huge fan of a sneaker that dropped earlier this year, which is the Atmos Nike Air Max 2 Lite. And that was a real, like, I don't know how you describe that, Picasso of a sneaker. You've got all this, too much going on, and it was real, just like, whoa. I mean, maybe at first look, people were like excited by it, but I think after a little bit of time, they were like, Whereas these guys, at first look, you're kind of like, whoa, what's going on there? But then after a while, when you look at the details and you think about the contrast between the left and the right sneakers, I actually think it's pretty cool. It's quite a nice looking sneaker. So for me, not too bad, not too bad. I don't know about you guys out there. If you are planning on getting your hands on a pair of them, please let me know in the comments down below. And let me know what you think about the sneaker in the comments down below. I do like to have a dialogue in my videos about what people think and what people are interested in or not. But enough about the Air Force One, or what the LA's cool sneaker dropping. Is it October the 1st that it's dropping on? I think it's October the 1st. So it's dropping real soon. But let's move on to that butter movement stuff. I did say I'd be giving you butter movement updates. What's at the moment, what's happened is that Shoe Butter was here and he's gone back home now to the shoe apartment, and he's going to be sending me content from the shoe apartment. I didn't want to lock him into any kind of promise about how regularly he'd do that. He's a very, very busy man. He has his own private life and business life to take care of, and any content that he provides for YouTube is in addition to all of that. And I don't want to lock him into a promise, because promises are hard to keep. Yeah, buddy, I'll give you content every week. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, it's like, oh, this is too hard. So he says himself that he maybe can get something like a video a week up to me. So hopefully I'll be able to give you Shoe Butter content once a week, which would be great. I mean, even if he gave me a video a year, let's be honest, it's something I could never do for myself, so that would be appreciated. So whatever we can get from Shoe Butter, please support it. Please appreciate it for what it is. Don't look for daily content from him. I will be dropping a video later in this week explaining my vision for how the Shoe Butter, like butter movement, and the Tokyo Butter 23 sneaker channel are going to work together. So keep an eye out for that. And I do already have my hands on the next video from him, which is from the shoe apartment. So look forward to a video from the shoe apartment, but that'll probably come next week, because it'll take a while to edit and process it, because it's high quality stuff from one of the greatest shoe collections in the world. So Shoe Butter stuff, it is coming, and it will come through at least, I hope, once a week for something for guys out there to look forward to. I know that I appreciate it, and I hope you guys appreciate Shoe Butter too for dropping that content for me. Okay, for now it's time for me to head off. Thank you for sticking around to watch my video about the Air Force One, what the LA's, and tagging on to the end of that stuff about the butter movement. I think I'll try and keep that pattern going if you're interested, that the shoes first and then the butter movement stuff at the end, and you can jump straight to the butter movement stuff if that's what you want to do. But for now it's time for me to thank you for checking out my content. I do this every single day, which means that you can check in and see me every single day, and my hope is that you will do that because it helps the channel and it helps the channel grow. Now that Shoe Butter's involved, I am very hopeful that we'll get the watch time and the subscribers to go past that monetization point real soon, so I'm kind of excited about that. Thanks for watching, thanks for checking in, thanks for your support, and as I do this every single day, you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.